Well, happy Monday, guys. It looks like a lot of these AI stocks, these memory stocks are breaking out again, and we have to break down my thoughts, the charts, where my head's at. So, guys, let's dive into it. Hit the like button, take a sip of your coffee, make sure to subscribe, follow along for more content, and check out my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments. If you want to be in my private Discord community, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments. Go to stocks.com/Patreon. It's also in the bio. You guys know where to find it. And now let's dive into it. And the thing is here, guys, actually 3 out of the 4 major indices here in the United States are down. And even though they're down, a lot of these stocks are doing well, which again, we're going to cover them in this video. But first, let me show you what's going on here with the S&P. The S&P's down about 0.1, 0.2%, not even a 0.25% down, so not too bad, but it is down a little bit after hitting all-time highs, I believe, on Thursday. Now we're trading at 775 as the Qs are actually up about 0.4%. They're continuing their breakout out of this channel. We're seeing a golden cross still. We're above these moving averages. So the Qs look very good in the short term. And again, 3 out of these 4 indices are down. The Dow's down 0.4%, continuing its drawdown towards these moving averages. Honestly, I think the Dow is going to find support at around 53K. We're getting there. And the Russell is leading the losses, down almost 0.5%. We hit all-time highs on Friday, and now we're at 3,055. So, guys, even though these indices are down, right, they just literally hit all-time highs a couple of days ago. So I'm not stressing at all because of that, especially as a lot of my stocks today are doing well. A lot of these AI, these memory stocks are doing well. So let's just dive into it, guys, and talk about why these are starting to reverse, because the reality is it's not like we got any crazy new information, any crazy new data. It's all about sentiment. It's all about sentiment. A couple weeks ago, we saw all these headlines, the shorts, right? The AI trade's over, memory's overvalued, and behind the scenes, a lot of these hedge funds were getting blown out. A lot of leverage was coming out of South Korea, all these retail traders in South Korea got smoked, hedge funds in the United States. So behind the scenes, that's what was going on. And then we later found out, Leopold blew up. All the leverage came out of South Korea. So as that was happening, right, we saw the headlines. We saw Michael Burry go short. Everything was super bearish at the time. The sentiment was down the toilet, all while the fundamentals were still very strong. Earnings were compounding for these companies. They still are. Guidance was very good. So we got in a point in the market where people just got too caught up in the short-term noise. That's what happened, right? People were panicking about the pullback. They weren't focusing on the fundamentals, where earnings are going, where the growth's going, where the top line's going, where margins are at, where they're going. And they were making short-term decisions without the longer-term fundamentals in mind. And people got completely torched. They sold at the bottom, and now a lot of these stocks, they're coming back. They're coming back, guys. Micron is now back over $1,000 a share. Do you guys remember we were talking about this inverse head and shoulders? We talked about how we were slightly starting to break out of these moving averages. We were slowly taking out this descending triangle. Now we're fully starting to break out. The inverse head and shoulders is playing out. The descending triangle is pretty much out the window. And at this point, this looks like it's continuing its uptrend, and yeah, it is a little overbought. The RSI is at 75 here on the 4-hour time frame, but it's breaking out. Momentum's picking up. The stock is following the fundamentals again after a couple of weeks of, again, the sentiment being crushed. We got oversold, and yeah, I mean the stock ran up hundreds of percent before that, but the reality is, When it got to $700, the number started to get way too attractive, and people that had conviction, and they cut through the noise, they started buying back into memory, right? Micron, SanDisk, you name it. And speaking of SanDisk, guys, ticker SNDK, this thing is up 10% today. We're back over $1,800 after literally hitting 960. When was that? About 2-3 weeks ago. So SanDisk off the lows is up 90%. And that's what you're going to see with a lot of these AI memory stocks. Not all of them are up 90% off the lows, but a lot of them are doing well, very well off the lows. And, that's the type of sharp rebound you get with these types of volatile stocks, especially in a bull market where the thesis, like I said, is still intact. The fundamentals are still intact, and people realized that. People realized, oh wait, we were only down so much because of the leverage that's coming out of South Korea, the United States. We saw the hedge funds blow up, blah, blah, blah. Sentiment was bad. Now things are starting to turn. People are realizing that, and they're almost panic buying. Now we're seeing, kind of the opposite effect here. We had panic selling a couple weeks ago. Now people are realizing, oh my God, the memory trade it's not dead, and they're panic buying back into those shares that they sold a couple of weeks ago. This is why, if you believe in a company, guys, and it's, properly sized in your portfolio, there's no need to panic sell, try and buy back in, get in, get out, do this, do that, time the top, time the bottom. Just hold. If you believe in a company and a stock and it's volatile and it's properly sized in your portfolio, just hold. And I get it. If you had 80% of your portfolio in SanDisk, right, which is why it goes back to it being properly sized, but if you were overweight, you had way too much exposure, yeah, I get it. You might make emotional decisions, but if you believe in a company and a stock, the thesis, the fundamentals are intact, just hold on, because the market does whatever it can to shake you out of your position. This is what the market does, especially the big boys, the market makers, the hedge funds, the Burries of the world that grab all these headlines. This is what they do. They try and spook out retail, and guess what? Guess what they're doing when retail's getting spooked in a bull market, in stocks that are uptrending with strong fundamentals. They're buying those dips. This is what happened with, what's his name? Leopold and Citadel, Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin's making hand over fist, making money hand over fist on all those assets that he got 50 cents on the dollar from Leopold. I mean, he got all those whatever stocks and assets he held. I forget all the exact ones, but those are all doing well right now. It's funny, man. So that's what they do. They try and freak you out, try and get you to panic, focus on the short-term noise, all while they're buying the shares that you're selling, especially when we were in such a steep discount. That's what was going on a couple weeks ago, on SanDisk, on Micron, and now people again are panic buying. They're trying to get back in as fast as they can, and that might work out, might not. Who knows? I don't know where this is going for sure. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think we're going higher. Although it's not guaranteed, I think we're going higher. But there is a point to be made now that we are a bit hot in the short term. SanDisk is at 82 on the RSI. Micron, what was it, 75? So these might pull back in the very short term, but it's clear that the momentum is picking back up to the upside. And yeah, I think SanDisk could see $2,000 a share again, no problem. Micron could easily get back to $1,200, maybe even higher. Unbelievable day and couple of days for memory. I think Micron's up 20% in the past 5 days. SanDisk in the past 5 days is up like 40%, 45%. SK Hynix is another one worth mentioning, which you guys know they just listed on the NASDAQ a couple weeks ago. And this stock's been quite volatile. It got down to 113. Now it's back to 175. And yeah, it's up off the lows. Percentage-wise, 55%, almost 60%. And now we're testing the highs from a couple weeks ago. We hit about, what, in the end of July, we hit about 175, 178, that range. And we're there. We're testing it. And if that breaks, this could fill the gap back to 195. And if you think you missed the boat on some of these stocks, I don't think you did, quite frankly. Again, going back to the panic buying, I think people are coming in panic buying because the boat hasn't fully left yet. But it might soon. It might soon here. You know, if you're too late, you're too late. You gotta admit that to yourself, but I don't think it's fully too late yet. Especially on DRAM, which is still down $20 a share from where it was. It's down 25%, and it's up off the lows from 42 to 61, about 40%. And now it's starting to break through the moving averages. We're about to get a golden cross on DRAM, so I like the way that's shaping up for a more diverse way to play the memory sector or the memory space. This is a memory ETF, so a lot of these stocks, guys, are crushing it. And yeah, there might be a little mini pullback, but ultimately the trajectory now is bullish again, based on what I'm seeing, which is subject to change, obviously. But yeah, happy Monday, man. Very strong day in the markets. Other names going up. We have Coherent up 10% today. Coherent starting to rebound again, which it rebounded big time off that July. I don't know why I said September. July 30th low. It rebounded quite nice. Then it pulled back. Now it's starting to pop again. Stocks like SpaceX, although they're not, I guess super AI related in terms of memory, but SpaceX is up 6%. GLW, which I'm long. Corning, it's up 5%. We're pushing through 170. Now we're in the mid 170s. We have an inverse head and shoulders, which I called out last week. That's starting to play out. It's not fully playing out, I guess, but I think Corning, once it takes out 175, 180 cleanly, this could start to really take off. Stocks like Lam Research are starting to push again. We can see the inverse head and shoulders breakout playing out on LRCX. We have NVIDIA up to 227, which I think, honestly, guys, to be honest, NVIDIA, I think it will run a little bit more into earnings, but I think we're going to sell off after earnings. That's what NVIDIA has done each and every time, it seems like, it feels like, at least, over the last couple of quarters, and we're already up about, $30-40 a share heading into the print, 20% off the lows 2.5 weeks ago. So I think NVIDIA might pull back after earnings. We'll see. If not, it is what it is. Who cares? I'm still long. And yeah, it's just one of those days. Not everything's green, though. We do have some red in the market. I mean, it is the market after all. Not everything's up every day. But, these AI stocks, these memory stocks today, they're looking good. We're getting better. And finally, the market's realizing, it's cutting out the noise and realizing there's more to go in these names. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, guys, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the Patreon or in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.